So you want to become a serious player, right? Well, mastering your first touch is the single most important skill to focus on from the beginning. A world-class first touch separates average players from the elite. It's what every top player has in common. The ability to control the ball instantly without a second thought. And if you're starting out, this is the first skill that needs your focus, more than dribbling, shooting, or passing. Because learning control early on gives you a foundation that everything else builds from. Think about it. Without a good first touch, your next move is always at risk, off balance, or disconnected from the ball. But if you have the control to make the ball stop where you want it, you can play with freedom. You'll learn to feel the ball, understand its weight, its movement. If you can get that feeling, that connection, you're already ahead. Every top player you admire, they built that relationship with the ball early on. This means that when the ball comes at them, no matter the speed or angle, they're calm, they know where it'll land, how it'll move, and they control it like it's an extension of themselves. Without that connection, every move feels forced. You're reacting rather than commanding effortlessly. And now, let's get into it. The first drill is the wall touch. Start simple. Pass the ball against the wall at ground level. Control it with different parts of your foot. The inside, the outside, even the sole. Play around with it. Vary the distance and power of your pass. Make it unpredictable, just like a real game. Don't just stay in one spot. After every pass, take a step to the side or make a quick shuffle. Imagine a defender pressing you and you're creating space. This movement will teach you how to adjust your body and reposition quickly after receiving the ball. This keeps it realistic and forces you to adapt quickly, training your instincts. Once you get comfortable, take it up. Start juggling the ball off the wall. You'll need to react fast and control the ball in the air. Try different touches: inside, outside, thighs, chest. And if you're more advanced, get creative. Flick it up, spin it, go for tricky touches. So you see how we are slowly building the relationship with the ball. Feel every bounce and make it a part of you. Try the drill barefoot to enhance your foot sensitivity and build a stronger connection. Then switch to your boots so you're ready for the match. Change the ball size too. Practice with a futsal ball or a tennis ball. This way, you'll master control no matter the situation. Aim for 30 minutes per session. And the best part, you can do this drill every day. It's fun, unrestricted, and it never gets old. Just be mindful of how you're using your feet. Focus on the part of the foot that connects with the ball. Feel the texture of the ball, the spin, and the force of each touch. This level of awareness will improve your muscle memory and make your first touch second nature in a match. The second drill cannot be but the golden juggle. Don't see juggling just as an exercise. It's like a conversation with the ball. You start to understand the ball on a different level. That's why juggling should be a core part of your training routine. We are not looking for mindlessly keeping the ball up. We develop a connection that translates directly into the match. Think about it this way. Imagine a musician playing the guitar. At first, they need to look at every chord, every string, but over time, they don't even think about it. Their fingers just know where to go. Juggling is like that for football. The more you juggle, the more your feet understand what the ball needs without you even having to look down. South American players are masters of the ball. They spend hours juggling, whether it's in the street, the park, or even indoors. They don't limit themselves with structured drills or routines. Instead, they play with the ball, freestyle with it, and experiment. It's this freedom that gives them an edge. Because in real matches, no situation is ever the same. It's the creative instincts developed through juggling that allow them to adjust, control, and manipulate the ball perfectly no matter what. If you're a beginner, your first step is to get comfortable with the ball. Start with basic juggling. Right foot, left foot. Count your touches and try to beat your personal record every session. Don't be discouraged if you struggle at first. It's part of the process, and the more you practice, the faster you'll build that confidence. For advanced players, it's time to spice things up. Start incorporating every part of your body. Inside foot, outside foot, laces, knees, thighs, chest, shoulders, and even your head. This will improve your coordination and help you handle the ball under any situation. And when you're feeling comfortable, challenge yourself with high juggling, just like Maradona. Kick the ball high and control it with precision on its way down. It's a completely different level of touch and control that will push your skills even further. And here's one last tip. Switch it up between barefoot and boots. Juggling barefoot gives you a raw feel for the ball and helps activate the muscles in your feet, improving your balance and proprioception. Then, when you put on your boots, you'll feel even more in control. Don't put a time limit on this. Aim for 30 minutes at first, but if you really want to see progress, stretch it to an hour or more. Make it part of your life, because the ball can be your best friend or your worst enemy. And the more you juggle, the more it becomes your best friend. Always there to respond exactly how you want it to. For number 3, let's bring in an exercise that's foundational, the first touch drill with a partner. If no partner is available, we adapt it for solo play using a wall, as said earlier. In this drill, we focus entirely on improving the first touch under realistic pressure. Set up a small, confined space. You want it tight so that there's no room for error, just like in a real match. If you have a partner, they should pass the ball to you at random speeds and angles. You never know what's coming, just like in a match. The key here is anticipation and adjustment. Don't just receive the ball, absorb it with your touch. It's kind of similar to the first step. However, having a partner who can make the exercise more realistic is better. All right, we've laid down the foundation on how to train your instincts in your first touch. Now let's talk about real match scenarios and the best types of first touches you can use based on your position on the field and the situation. But before we get into it, here's the key thing. Don't overthink. The whole point of those instinctual drills we talked about is to build a natural connection with the ball. If you start analyzing every situation, you slow down. So train hard, but trust your instincts when it's game time. So as a midfielder, you're the heartbeat of the team. You're constantly receiving the ball with your back to the opponent's goal. The most common mistake here is hesitating. So before the ball even reaches you, take a quick glance over your shoulder. This single habit will change everything. When you know what's behind you, you can use an inside touch to quickly turn and drive forward if the space is clear. Or you can opt for an outside touch to spin away from pressure when you feel an opponent closing in fast. Or you have the Cruyff turn and the drag turn. 2 of my favorites. These moves are brilliant because they allow you to change direction instantly and face the play, putting you in full control. It's almost like you're pirouetting away from the opponent. This is why we train those mirror touches and unpredictable drills earlier. They prepare you for these exact moments. You won't have time to decide, you'll just act. Now, as a winger, your first touch often comes from high, curved, or lofted passes. And you should not just focus on controlling the ball, focus on setting yourself up for the next move, whether it's a cross, a dribble, or a shot. If the ball comes high, you can cushion it down softly with your thigh, or whatever you find best in that moment. Remember, you're usually facing down the sideline, so your first touch should take you forward into space or to cut in the center. And now strikers. Strikers are different. You need to master every type of first touch because the passes you receive are the most unpredictable. Sometimes it's a quick pass into your feet with defenders right on your back, and other times it's a lofted through ball that you have to control on the run. In tight spaces, use a strong inside foot touch to shield the ball while you assess your options. If you're looking to turn and shoot quickly, an outside foot touch can give you the angle you need. For those long balls over the top, practice a soft lace touch to bring it down while keeping your momentum forward. But no matter the situation, always remember this. A world-class first touch is about reading the play and using your instincts to react. That's why we spend so much time training the connection between your mind and body. When you're in the game, it should all flow naturally. Check out the description because there are 2 free ebooks with detailed information on flow, state, and fascia. Join the Discord community if you haven't already done so. And remember, drop a comment below with your position on the field and let me know what video you want to see next. Hit the protocol and take action.